Talk here, back with another match preview. It's for the much anticipated Fylde game. It's the £3 entry game, isn't it? Which is, you've heard no end of it this week. It's a 3 p.m. kickoff. It's obviously on Saturday at home.
Yeah.
Now, I think we're actually going to try and beat the National League record, aren't we?
To be honest, coming off the back of the last game.
Yeah, well, it stands at 11,085, and it's held by Bristol Rovers against Alverton in 2015. Now, I think that's a big number.
That is a decent attendance, isn't it?
So I'd like to think we can do it, but it's one of them. It's one of those figures where we might fall short or we'll either smash it.
I think you look back at the Crew game, wasn't it, where we got 17,000.
Yeah.
And I think we'll do it.
Yeah.
Hopefully. That'd be good. So we're looking at Fylde now. So Notts currently sit in 11th place, 2 points off the playoffs, and Fylde sit in 15th place, 1 point behind Notts. But they do have a game in hand over us, which obviously will put them above us and potentially in the playoffs. Fylde are underachieving this season, as we know.
Yeah, one of the favourites.
Crazy favourites to go up. I think with the bookies, they were the favourites along with Chesterfield, and at one point us. But you know, so Fylde are massively underachieving. Now they're coming off the back of 2 wins in a row, and I was surprised to find this out after no wins in 7. So it seemed like Fylde went 7 without a victory. It puts into context how difficult this league is, and it kind of made me think actually Notts aren't doing too bad if Fylde are going 7 without a win. So
you look at the likes of Yeovil as well, at the top of the league. They've won, is it the last 5?
Something ridiculous like that.
That's good going. That is to say they've just dropped down, and it's not like they've had the backing like we have of signing 14 players.
Exactly, but yeah, it's this league's crazy. Like fans were moaning, weren't they? Now we're 2 off the playoffs again. Like a win could literally see us in the playoffs this weekend, but it will be tough against Fylde.
Absolutely.
Final point on this: Notts are looking for their first back-to-back win of the season, and I think that's something that seems like a bit of a mental block at the moment. Going 13 games into the season without a back-to-back win, but hopefully we can get that. So yeah, that's how we stand currently in the league, and that's how Fylde stand.
Yeah, right. On to players to watch. Now, we've got Ryan Crossdale. He played 47 games last season, which is good going, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's a midfielder. He likes to get stuck in. Yeah, regular. One of the first names on the team sheet. He got 3 goals last season. Or was it this season?
This season.
This season he got 3 goals already. So that's good. It's good going for a midfielder.
10 yellows as well last season. So definitely likes to get stuck in midfield. And again, it's going to be that battle without Dawn O'Brien, isn't it?
Yeah.
Moving on. So Mark Yates. We always like to include a previous player that's played for Notts. Now it's only 14 games in the 2016-17 season. A lot of people know about him from his time higher up the leagues. So yeah, he's a decent winger, but at 34 years old, you hope maybe he's lost his pace. And the likes of Brinley or Bakayoko can contain Yates. He has played quite a lot this season. I think he's played 11 of the 12, so he's looking to be on the team sheet, although he was on the bench in the last game.
Absolutely.
Final player, we couldn't go without mentioning Danny Rowe. When we did the pre-season predictions, I think, did we all have him as our top scorer in the league or something like that?
Yeah, a lot of us did, yeah.
So if you look at Rowe this season, he's massively underachieving with 4, which is the most any Notts player's got, I think, Enzio or Dennis, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 4 goals is massively underachieving, and you only have to look at his previous 5 seasons, all with Fylde. And yeah, it's been, like you were saying to me earlier, they've been in a lower league.
Yeah.
But let's look at the goals. So 27, 24, 47 in one league season.
That's unbelievable, really, isn't it?
25 and 26 last season. So at some point, the goals are going to start coming back again. And
you kind of figure it's going to be against us, don't you?
Yeah, it's a big game, isn't it? So.
Yeah. Moving on to Notts now. Team news. Now, Shields back. He came on in about the 60th minute against Boreham Wood in the week. He was due to come on earlier, but Osborne went on and scored that screamer, didn't he? And I think they held off a little bit for bringing him on, but he did come on, so I think he's fit now.
Yeah, I think that adds competition, which is good for those winger positions.
Absolutely.
Other team news, so we had a lot of injuries, obviously. O'Brien is still out for a couple of months.
Yep.
Doyle, 2 games left after he missed the Bromley and Boreham Wood game.
Yep.
We're looking at now, the only word from Ardley is that Kelly Evans and Tyson, pending there being no recurrence of their injury in training tomorrow, will be looking to be back in a team. Personally, I don't think any will come in.
No.
I think Kelly Evans will come on the bench if possible.
Yeah.
But that's as far as our team news goes, isn't it?
Yeah. Onto the lineup. Slocum. Big talking point for me. This. He's the only keeper that you can really choose at this point, because it's either him, Fitzsimmons, I think, is injured at the moment as well, or our goalkeeping coach Keane. Now you see the penalty. I mean, to some it maybe was a penalty, to some it wasn't. It's a bit ropey, I think. It's one of those, most refs probably wouldn't have given it.
Yeah.
Some refs would have. But they've scored the penalty and he's absolutely lashed out and just kicked the player.
If you haven't seen the video,
I'd recommend
head
watching
over
it.
to Twitter and watch it.
Yeah.
Because it's reminiscent of
Fitzsimmons against Crawley.
Yeah.
It just is the same thing.
I mean, what situation are we in if Slocum gets himself sent off?
If Slocum gets himself sent off, so that's 2 players on suspension. You've got endless injuries in the club. Like, what is he thinking?
Lucky.
A player of his age and the amount of games he's got under his belt under different clubs, you'd think he'd know better than that.
But yeah, lucky. But yeah, I still like Slocum. He's class.
I do, but like, don't be doing things like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So carrying on with the lineup. Obviously, you've got to keep the same formation, and basically, we're saying keep the same team, keep that winning team. I know you've got people like Kelly Evans coming back, but we've had. Yeah, it was still a Tuesday game, but it's not like a Saturday going into a Tuesday. The Tuesday to the Saturday get a little bit longer, so just keep the same team, I think.
Yeah.
I think we have to mention Osborne in that. I think it was brilliant to see him get his first goal, wasn't it? We've been crying out for him. Loads of fans have been crying out to see him. He finally gets his chance, and it turns out being the winner.
Yeah, the thing is as well that I liked as well, you could see he was over the moon. He's delighted, and in his post-match interview he couldn't stop smiling.
It means a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
I think it's also good to mention Enzio getting his goal.
Yeah, it was a bit give or take though.
Yeah.
It hit both posts, and it was like he didn't know whether to celebrate if it had gone in, so...
Confidence booster for him, which I think he is a confidence player.
Yeah.
And I think starting Thomas and Morton up front. I would always say Dennis, because I like to see the top scorer on, but like we said, it's vital to get us back-to-back wins. So.
Yeah. I think Thomas offers a bit more physicality than Dennis as well. But again, Dennis is a great finisher and Thomas maybe lacks there. So.
Yeah, moving on to our predictions for the game. George, what are you going with?
I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going to say Wharton's going to get one, and I'm going to say Booty's going to get one.
I'm going to go 2-0, and I'm going to say Wootton and Osborne again.
Yeah.
And I think if Osborne gets another one, he's really cementing himself in this side, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. So, as always, we ask if you leave your team prediction and score prediction with goal scorers. If you're watching this and you're not sure whether to go to Fylde game, get yourself down there. We're trying to break the non-league record, and I think it does make a massive difference how the fans are behind players.
Absolutely, yeah.
So let's try and get 3 points on Saturday.